Hey guys, welcome back to another video. So today, you can already tell by the title, we're going to be talking about menopause and postpartum and all of those things. And I have no script, just what has been mulling over in my head. Mulling, is that the right word? I don't know. What has been repetitive in my head to get out to you. So without further ado, let's talk about it. When I went through postpartum depression and postpartum anxiety, it lasted me, I feel like, the full 5 years. Studies show that it can last up to 5 years. Typically, people say, 6 months to a year, you should be fine. It can take longer than that. So if you're one that is going through prolonged, you're like, I should be over this by now, and you're still going through it, sis, you still got time. there is still time for God to come through for you, but don't feel so bad. It can last a while. And everybody's body is different. Everybody responds to life and adjustments. Everybody's situation is different. So all of that can, account for why it may take some people less time or more time to get through postpartum depression, postpartum anxiety. I am a retired mental health therapist, but I still end up going to therapy. I did do medication for like 3 days. I didn't like how it made me feel, so I got off of that and looked wholeheartedly into supplements, into vitamins, into whatever else that I could do that could help me to get through this postpartum depression, because it was very, very dark, very, very challenging. I overcompensated for what I was going through by doing my blog, doing all kinds of different things that I did. It may not have looked, I don't really know what I looked like, but it may not have looked like I was struggling, but I was struggling for dear life. I want to say it was like 2022 when I started to feel myself again, because God had gave me some things to do. If you want me to go more in depth about that, I will. But he gave me specific things to do, and I did those things. And as I progressed with those things that he told me to do, on top of the vitamins and supplements I was taking, I had even stopped therapy. I started to feel a lot better and got my wits about me, and I felt like I had a new base level. And it wasn't just me feeling it. Like, other people were telling me, like, I see the difference, I see the change, I see, whatever. So there's that. And then I started to feel, I want to say around 2023, 2024, I started to have some like physical changes that I was noticing. I didn't know what exactly it was, but I knew that I was having a hard time. And then my cycle started getting harder. And I won't get all into my medical history, but long story short, I ended up having to have a hysterectomy. So I lost my uterus, my tubes, my cervix. Didn't I just say I wasn't going to go all into my medical history? Here we are. And my ovaries. And I'm saying this because I don't see a lot of people, when I was looking up hysterectomy like videos, I didn't see a lot of people talk about losing their ovaries. So I don't have my ovaries. So all of my reproductive system is gone. And I had endometriosis, so really bad endometriosis, bad to the point where there were organs sticking together, bad endometriosis. I had fibroids inside and outside of my uterus, and I had ovarian cysts. So I had a lot of things going on, and there wasn't anything really natural that I could do to remedy that. Knowing after the fact, I was like, God, I don't even know if I really want, if this is the thing that you want me to do, help me. And he told me he would finance, because money was the issue, insurance was the issue, but he told me that he would finance it. And sure enough, he did. He has helped me. Right after that, you are in surgical menopause. And I went through, when I tell you it was intense, it felt intense. At first, I thought it was just in relation to taking care of my mom, because we were going through end of life care with my mom here at home. I thought it was that, but I realized it wasn't just that. It was my hormones fluctuating in my body, trying to manage grief and this hormonal drop in my system. And so there was a period, I was like, God, please help me. I don't want to go back to where I was in postpartum because that was so deep and dark and so hard. I don't want to go back to that place, but I need something. And I felt the Lord tell me that He would regulate me. Like it felt like very, it's like, it's not like I heard it, but it would almost feel like, you know, when like you're talking and inside and then you might yell, like it sounds so loud as if it was audible, but it wasn't. I felt the Lord telling me, like, don't worry, I will regulate you. Because I did ask the doctor, I was like, can I get on some medication because I'm feeling all the things. I need to be on something. She did prescribe me something, but I just felt like in my heart was like, do not take that medication. Do not take it. So I started to look for supplements and vitamins. And as I was racking my brain about what can I take, what's safe, because the endometriosis, I can't take anything estrogen because it might trigger my cells, all the things. There's just a lot. And so when God told me I will regulate you, I stopped the search and I just used what knowledge I had, what I was able to find. It was like, I'll just focus on a multivitamin or finding the right vitamins and I'll go through that. And I was fine, y'all. I was fine. I was able to just grieve. A lot of the feelings I were having, I really strongly believe it was just grief. Grief. And then over the last couple of months, January will make a year that this all happened. I started to feel more symptoms coming up and started to feel that uneasiness and that anxiety of like, oh, maybe I need to get on some, HRT, some hormone replacement therapy. Maybe I need to do this. Maybe I need to do that. And again, got the meds for HRT, or then looked at the description and side effects. Was like, I don't think I want to do that. And so here I am again, getting anxious, having all of these feelings coming back up again. And I'm like, gosh, from what I see everybody talk about with perimenopause and menopause, the symptoms sound very similar to somebody going through postpartum depression, postpartum anxiety. It's very similar. And it's also wild to me that postpartum depression, postpartum anxiety, you're going through that and trying to figure out yourself and your body and your mind and all this stuff, while also going through a major life change, taking care of a newborn, a toddler, a preschooler. That's a lot. That is a lot. And then you are going through menopause or perimenopause in your late 30s, 40s, 50s. And around that time, if you are a mother, you're most likely also going through life changes with a teenager or a preteen. And that's a lot. So it's like you have all of this going on in your mind, your heart, everything is going on in your body, all the changes, while also having these external triggers, if you would say, if I can say that, triggers in your children. And it just makes for a very complicated, difficult, frustrating experience, is what that's like I say, experience. And you can do the meds, you can do the HRT, you can do the therapy. I did therapy in postpartum. I'm doing therapy now, grief counseling. They are two very different things. I highly recommend grief counseling, but there's still something extra. There's still something more that I needed. And recently I was talking to my best friend about it, and I realized, I'm like, wait a minute. I haven't talked to the Lord about this. I haven't asked for his help lately. I asked for it in the beginning, and he would send people to like send me messages, to call me. Like in those moments, I'm talking about after my surgery, and I was like going through like turmoil, literal turmoil in my mind. I would get random text messages, calls. People would come and visit. They would send me things in the mail, just random things I would receive and get right when I was feeling at my absolute lowest. When I would like tank, he sent somebody or sent something, or something I would come across a video, or when I was reading my Bible, there would be a passage or something that would speak directly, even a devotional, it would speak directly to where I was right when I was having those tanks, and he would lift me back up. And I just remembered that, and I was like, I haven't intentionally asked the Lord to help me right now. And I need to do that. I need to ask the Lord, God, you said earlier on that you would regulate me. I didn't have to worry about it, that you would regulate me. Is it possible that you can still do that? Can you do that again now? Because you did a phenomenal job earlier in the year, right after I had surgery, and you leveled me out, and I was doing good, and I was able to just grieve and not focus on the grief of losing my reproductive, system. I was able to grieve the loss of my mom because my mom passed away in February. Surgery in January, lost my mom in February, going through Mother's Day in May, going through my birthday in July, went through her birthday in September. Now we're coming up on the year anniversaries when, everything went downhill. I'm like, God, I need you. Can you still do that for me? I'm not asking if you could, because I know that you can, but I'm asking, will you please? Please come back through for me. Come back and regulate my system. The things that are off kilter right now, please help me. The hot flashes, I just realized they've been getting a lot better. Please help me. The dryness, that's all I'll say. If I say dryness, you know what I'm talking about. The dryness, continue to help me there. The emotions, please help me there. The brain fog, please help me there. Any random pains, please, whatever the symptoms are, I'm here to tell you, sis. Whatever the symptoms of perimenopause, menopause, postmenopause, postpartum, depression, anxiety, all the things, ask God, will you please help me regulate my body, regulate my system? And let's go a step further. Give me wisdom on what to take, what not to take, whether it's going to be medication, whether it's going to be hormone replacement therapy, whether it's going to be vitamins or supplements. Lead me to the right things and give me peace in my heart, in my mind, that this is the route that you want me to take, that these are the things that you want me to do. If it is something else that nobody is talking about, that could help me, a diet change, a lifestyle change, getting more support, getting into therapy, whatever it is. Because when I tell you, there's only so much grass you can touch, there's only so many plants that you can put around your place. There is only so much therapy. There's only so much counseling. There's only so much venting. There's only so much of all of these external things that you can do. There's only so many things that you can do before you need the divine help of the Lord to step in. Why do I feel like I'm about to preach? Why do I feel like I'm preaching? This is not a preaching message. And I'm just telling you, sis, there's only so much that you can do. I have this little thing right here. It says, she believed she could, so she did. And I did. I did as much as I could. But there's only so much that I could do before I have to step aside, move over, and be like, Lord, you come on in. Help your girl out. Because I'm struggling, I'm challenged, and I'm having a hard time. I would tell you this. I have my moments. I don't go for like long stretches of time struggling. I do have, like I said, I do have my moments because one, I am still grieving the loss of my mother, which if you've never experienced that, and that's another thing, I'm not going to get into it. If y'all want me to do a grief series, which I really do want to do, but I want to know if anybody is interested. It may be one of these like this, like, just do it, sis. The people will come. Who needs it will come. But I had a precious, special relationship with my mom. And I did not realize the extent of that until she was gone. And not even until she was gone, but until she was in the end phase stages of life. And we were going through that. And I'm like, I really love and care for this woman. And this is hard. And when she passed away, it feels like the best way I can describe it, or one of the ways that I can describe it, is like you're home, like you feel homeless. And I feel like it's home, like you feel homeless because that was your first home here on earth. Your mother's womb was your first home. And so I feel a little homeless sometimes. My dad is still around, but ain't nothing like your mama, like your mom. Or if anybody who, if you don't have a relationship or don't even know who your biological mom is, whoever was a mother figure to you, they feel like home. I think it's safe and it's not unchristian to say that I'm going to grieve that for the rest of my life, because it is what it is. You can have faith and go through these hard things. You're human. That's your human. It's part of being human. Sorry, that's a part of being human. So I will grieve and honor my mom for the rest of my life. But to add on the menopause, fluctuating with my hormones and trying to get that leveled out, yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot. And I'm doing pretty well considering everything that has happened. It's difficult some days. It is difficult some days. But I tell you, God is good and He is faithful. And I know that if I did not have God in my life, like it would be round two. Round two, probably to the 10th power of what I experienced with postpartum depression and postpartum anxiety. I just want to encourage you that you are not alone, that you are not strange, that even if people around you do not get it, do not understand, they may be thinking, oh, you're out of your mind. You're not out of your mind. Your body is going through some big changes, some big real fluctuations. There are millions, billions of women who have gone through this and who will continue to go through this, because that is the plight of a woman. Just part of the process. If you have a cycle, have ever had a cycle, that's just what's going to happen. But there is hope. There is hope, and there is Jesus, and there is God, and there is a Holy Spirit to help you to manage and regulate your body while you make these transitions in your life. If you've been going through it and you have not asked the Lord to help you yet, ask Him. Invite Him into this season of your life. And my prayer and hope is that for me, is that I want to be so regulated and get to such a good, even keel place that I can enjoy the teen years, the preteen years, the years that are supposed to be really, really challenging for a parent. Like, I want to be mentally stable and all the way there in order to be gracious and have a lot of mercy and compassion for my children as they mature, as they grow up and they're going through their changes. I just don't want that for me to be like, I'm going through this and they going through that. No, we're at war. No, I want to be an adult. I want to be mature. I want to be emotionally stable. I want to be mentally stable. I want to be physically and spiritually stable. That's one of the biggest reasons why I decided to have the surgery, was because the pain that I was going through, it was intense. I felt like I was in labor every month. And I went through labor naturally with no epidural. So I know what natural labor feels like. Imagine going through that every month. Sometimes 2 times a month, because I'm not even gonna get into it. I'm not even gonna get into all that. I one of the main reasons why I did decide to get this surgery was because I know without a doubt that that would take away the pain. The pain from that experience would be gone, because I wanted to be present for my children. I didn't want them to remember a mother who was always sickly, always in bed, couldn't do things. I wanted them to be able to have a physically present mom. That was one of the top 3 reasons why I decided to do it. Outside of the pain, I would probably say that was a close second as to why I decided to do the surgery and be okay with it. And so we took care of that. Now it's here and here. And the only way I know how for sure, without me having to strive so hard to rack my brain of like, what else can I do, and cause more anxiety trying to find the solutions, is to put it in the hands of the Lord and ask him to help me so that I can enjoy the next years of my children's life. Whatever time God has me here on earth, I understand in such a more profound way that our days are limited and I'm not promised tomorrow. But I want to make sure that whatever time I have here left on earth, that my children and my husband get to experience the best version of me possible, and that they can look back on my memories and memories of me with love and joy, and that I can experience the best version of me with whatever time I have left here on earth. Whether it is 20 years, 30 years, 40 years, 50 years, 60 years, that will push me into my hundreds until the Lord Terry comes back. I want to, my second act of life. Because I'm 41. I want my second act of life to be the most cherished and best experienced days of my life. And I cannot do that without the help of the Lord. So I encourage you, if you are feeling the same way, like I want my second act of life to be the best years of my life. I want to enjoy raising my children, not because I am struggling and challenged with what's going in here and also trying to help them. And I'm telling you, ask the Lord to help you. Ask the Lord to help you. I'll say it again. Ask the Lord to help you. Lord, please regulate my body, regulate my mind, put the right support system that I need around me to help me. Whatever it is that I need that's going to help me to get to the best version of me, to enjoy life, to be healthy, put those things in my line of sight. Make it plain and clear. Make it plain and clear, Lord, because you know we be second guessing sometimes. And then there's analysis paralysis. And then there's a research junkie. Lord, make it plain and clear of what to do next. Give me peace about it and help me to have the willpower and the discipline to follow through with it. Because there are some things that he told me to do that I was doing and it was working, and then I fell off. And so now I'm like, okay, we got to get back on that routine that he told me to do. Yeah, we're going to get back on that. And I'm praying God that he will give me the willpower and the discipline to continue on that path so that I can have the best second act of my life. All right? Okay, that's all for now. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know in the comments if this resonated with you, if this was for you. I would love to chit chat with you in the comments. So please talk with me below. And if you don't want to put your business in the comments, you can email me. I will have it in the description box. I love you. God is with you. I'm rooting for you. And until next time, stay well and be blessed. Bye.